Hi, this is Peony from the Yomogi house. Earlier today, I showed you some different smudge sticks that I make, and I want to show you a little bit of the drying process and what I go through. I have acres of the mugwort all over my property, and I feel so protected and so blessed that I am able to live with Lady Mugwort. So this is part of the plant, and I stripped the middle and the ends because the ends had older yellow leaves, and I keep that in a container and I don't throw that away. I keep that and I dry them up, and I use that for kindling. It's actually a very good fire starter. You can put a dried piece of mugwort on a magnifying glass or even a glass, and it'll burn in 2 minutes. Trust me. So what I do is I have the plant, the whole stem, and I take the top part off, which is the tip. I take the tip off and I save all the tips in a basket, and I dry that. I dry it for tip tea. Now, mugwort tip tea is something to really spend your money on, because the tips are the young shoots, and what happens when you consume something that's young? It keeps you young too. So the tip tea, you want to boil a little bit of water, make it really hot, because mugwort isn't very absorbent like other kinds of tea. But once I have 3 sprigs in here in this big pot, and look, can you see the color as it's coming out? And I'm not going to drink this yet because I'm not ready to go to sleep. Once I drink that, I'm going to be knocked out. And then the rest of the part, the leaves on the stem, I take them off gently, and I don't do that kind of stuff because it's just so abusive, right? So I take them off gently, and this is my full-time job. So once I take all those leaves off, this is partially of what I have, and I have about 10 of these baskets in my drying room. Once this is all dry, you can see that it'll hold its shape. See? And I use this part here for steam. We call it the yoni steam. Or you can steam your face with it, or you can take a bath in it. The Japanese, not the ancient, but even the Japanese nowadays, they still take a bath in mugwort. It helps to relax the muscles and the joints, and it's also good for certain skin disorders. I'm not making any medical claims, but do your research on mugwort and skin disorders, and also the precautions, because if you're pregnant or you're nursing, you might not want to consume or even be near this, because it could cause early birth. And then if you're breastfeeding, it'll dry your milk up. Now the other part here is, oh wait, well, let me go back to this here. This here, once this is all really dry, it's already dry, I'm going to use a blender, and I just have way too much to do this by hand, so I have to invest in a big blender. And once I grind it all up, it becomes really fluffy like cotton. And if I keep that for several years, the color starts to fade a little bit, and I can make my own Moxa sticks. So Moxa is what the acupuncture doctors use for, when you have some problem, like they take a little piece of the Moxa and they'll put it on and then they light it up, and then just before the heat reaches your skin, they'll take it off. So Moxa is another really good item to make or order or to buy. And you can also use a mugwort stick like this, a smudge stick, as your Moxa if you're okay with the smoke. But just remember, you might fall asleep. So do it at night. Drink your tea, have your mugwort bath, do your Moxa all at night, so that you'll have a nice peaceful, restful sleep with prophetic dreams going into different places of the world. Once I went all the way to Japan after I did all this. So with the Moxa, you can also, the Mugwort, you can also do your own Moxa and move the chi around in your body. Remember, what this does as a Moxa is that it fills what is void. So whatever is not there, it's going to move it around, it's going to fill it up. And if you don't believe me, give it a try. So then now with the rest of the stems here, look how pretty these are. These were hung in the shade upside down on my clothesline in my drawing room. And this is going to become smudge sticks. And the fun part is gathering the bunches like this. And the fun part is coiling it, because you're making a connection with the herb, with the plant by doing that. It's just so meditative. It's really hard for me to sit and meditate and just think of Om or something like that. I need active meditation. And then, so the other part here, and you notice that this is bent. This is bent. I'll take about maybe 5 or 7 odd number sticks like this, and I'll bend it. I'm going to make little wands. They're called Mugwort wands. And wands are what Grandma used to use. My Ainu grandma was married to a horse shaman in Hokkaido, and they used to have mugwort sticks like this hanging above their doorway or on the side of their doors in Japan, in Hokkaido. And this actually helps to protect your home. This is like a ward, right? So you can have one on your gate, you can put one on your front door, your back door, and hang one in your car, not this big, but maybe like a little one. And so that's my mugwort life. And once the weather starts getting colder, I'll show you how to make mugwort mochi. It's called Yomogi mochi. So thank you for watching my video from the Yomogi house. My name is Peony, and please share this video with your friends so that they can also incorporate more mugwort into their life for protection and for cleansing and just clearing your space and having a good night's sleep. Bye.